Good morning. Welcome to day 10 of Vlogmas. I can't believe I've actually kept this up this long. Today's Thursday, and I am in my bedroom this morning. I came in here because I had needed to finish editing and processing yesterday's Vlogmas, so I thought I'd get that out of the way first thing. However, my computer had other ideas and shut down my video editing program midstream, which was awesome. Thankfully, I had it saved, so I'm hoping I didn't lose too much. And then when I tried to restart the program, it wouldn't start, and then my whole computer just sort of borked up, and so I decided to restart it, and then the computer wouldn't restart. It got stuck in this boot up loop, so then I had to do a hard shutdown. And so it's trying to start back up now. It was loading some sort of Windows update, of course. That seems to be the root of any computer problem, is because Windows decides it wants to update something. Anyway, so I've been trying to sit here, do some deep breathing, not stress out about it. It'll be fine. Anyway, yeah, today is going to be sort of a choppy day. I did sit out at the kitchen table this morning while Bill was having breakfast, and I crocheted some more hexies from, some of my earlier minis that I had already opened that you've already seen. I may have already put in a picture of the hexies. If not, maybe I'll put it in here. I have not opened today's advents. And yesterday, once you finally see that, which presumably will be before you see this one, I had not spun my fiber mini by the time I finished recording yesterday, but I did spin it last evening while Bill and I were watching TV after dinner. So I also have a picture of that. Maybe I'll put that in here. But I did not open either of today's. I was going to do that in here once I started talking to you after I had day 9 processing. But I'll just do it now. So the yarn one, and I have to do it one-handed because I'm holding my phone with my other hand. The yarn one is from Chelsea Lux Hand Dyed. See what that is. Just tearing through the bag at this point. Ooh, that's fun bright colors. I know the lighting isn't perfect in here right now. My lamp kind of makes everything funny colors. But anyway, that's a really pretty colored mini. So I'm looking forward to adding that. Oh, there's other things in here. Oh, there's tea. Yay. Holiday chai. That'll be lovely. I'm really behind on my tea. I did not open any tea advents yesterday, so I'm at least one day behind on that. Yeah. I feel like I'm getting to the point in Vlogmas where I am starting to just get behind. And I'm trying not to stress out about that because it's very unrealistic of me to think I'm going to be able to keep up with anything at this pace for 24 days in a row, because it is sort of time consuming doing these videos every day. I enjoy doing them, but every day is a lot. So hopefully you're okay with me I'm trying to still do them every day. It just may not have the daily content in the right order. So anyway, here's the fiber mini today. It's another speckled one. So that'll be fun. I love that color that's in this one. Woohoo! Anyway, okay, so, and that's my fiber. In case you haven't been watching, this is what I dyed for the mini sets that I sent out this year. Okay, my computer appears to be ready to go now. Fingers crossed that that's the case. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to edit yesterday's Vlogmas and hopefully get it processing so I can get it up. It shouldn't be a very long one, so hopefully that'll go quickly. And then at 10 o'clock this morning, I have a Vogue Knitting Live virtual class. It is an Intarsia class with Franklin Habit. I'm really looking forward to that because I took one of his classes last month. It was on mosaic knitting, and his class was really fun. He's an excellent instructor, great sense of humor. I just love listening to him. So I'm looking forward to that this morning. And then I'm not sure what the rest of my day is going to entail. My week has sort of gone off the beaten path of where I had planned for it to go. So I may need to do a little regrouping. I did manage to get a little bit of work done yesterday morning before I had to leave to do all my running around. I thought I would get home early enough to get more done, and I didn't. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do this afternoon. But for right now, I'm going to work on the video from yesterday, and then we'll see where things go after that. My class is over, and look, I knit a thing, an intarsia thing. It's a little house. This was really a fun class, and here it is on the back. It's not quite as neat looking as Franklin Habits was, but why would it be? Yeah, this was actually really fun. I've never really done much intarsia before, and it was fun taking the class and getting to know just, a few little tips and tricks for yarn management and stuff like that. So maybe I'll talk about that a little bit more on the regular podcast at some point, but this was the little sample that I did during the class, and I'm very happy with the experience. And if you ever have a chance to take a class from Franklin Habit, I highly recommend it. He's an excellent instructor, and he's got a very good sense of humor, very dry sense of humor. Anyway, it was a lot of fun, so time well spent. Mail just came, and it was a happy mail day. First thing I got was this blush from Il Masque. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. I've ordered them from them before. They're in the UK. I've never ordered their blusher before, though, and so since I was in need of some, because my blusher is from Sephora and it's really old, and I dropped it one day. Not really old, it's a couple years old, but I dropped it one day and there was so little left in it, it just sort of all crumbled. And I was sad because they don't make that color anymore. So anyway, I ordered this, which is a much pinker color than I was anticipating. I thought it was going to have a little bit more of a red tone to it, or like a orangey red. It's called Hussy. So we'll see what it looks like on whenever I put it on next time. And then I also got a Moonstone Dye Works order. Tommy had a shop update last Saturday, and for once I was on the ball and actually put it in my calendar so that a reminder would come up, only I set it for the wrong time. I had the time difference wrong. So by the time I got there really was not a lot left. However, there were 3 skeins left of her new colorway, her new holiday colorway, on her sparkly base. And so I bought all 3 of them. It's called Scrooged. And I'm not usually a yarn glutton like that, but I thought this would be so beautiful woven with another color as the warp, and then use this as the weft. So I have 3 of these beautiful 3 of these skeins of this beautiful colorway. And I just love that sparkle in it. It's so pretty. Good job, Tommy. I don't know if Tommy's watching, but I love your yarn. It's beautiful. So that's those. And our Misfits box just came too, so I'll open that with you in a little bit. I also got tea from Tommy. Yum. I love mint tea. time to open the Misfits box. Okay, so this is our shipment this week. This is the basic shipment that's the smaller. There's two sizes, a small one and a large one. I always get the small one. I used to get it every week. I get it every other week at this point just because we were kind of being overrun by food for a while and I don't have a ton of storage space. This particular shipment is pretty much everything that came with that. The only add-on item that I purchased this time are the 2 avocados. Those were add-ons. Everything else came with the basic box. Oftentimes I do add on a whole lot more things, but I think I had put in a whole lot of add-ons with my last order, so I didn't need as many. And a lot of the add-ons are things like grains, chocolate, what else? There's a whole variety. It's not necessarily fresh produce. Oh, the mushrooms are add-ons too. I usually get the mushrooms. Oh no, the blueberries. Were the blueberries also? Yeah, I think the blueberries. The mushrooms, the blueberries, and the avocados were my add-ons. Everything else came in the basic box, which actually seems sort of minimal to me, but I think it's just because I got a lot of smaller items this time. A lot of times we end up with squash and things like that that take up more space. So anyway, yeah, I think it's a pretty decent value. It's all organic produce, and it's usually all in really good shape. Now, one of my little cucumbers did come broken, and it's a little squishy, so I don't know that I'll end up using that. But we've had very little waste from this as far as how the stuff comes. Now, a lot of times it is sort of at its peak, so you have to use it up pretty quickly. But in general, it's been a really good experience with Misfits. And I know they're expanding to different areas. A lot of their market is just along the East Coast right now, but I think they are trying to expand out west. I do have a referral code if anybody's interested in trying it, which would give you a discount on your first box, and you don't have to stick with it. It's not like a subscription that you can't cancel. You can cancel it or pause it. Matter of fact, I paused ours all summer because I was going to the farmers market right down the road, and didn't really need to order in fresh produce. But it's a really nice option for this time of year when the fresh produce that you're getting isn't necessarily great at the grocery stores. So out on the swing in the front yard right now, I decided to come out and get some vitamin D because it's beautiful out today. It's about 48 degrees, so I figured before I went downstairs and did some more work, or some work, I haven't been downstairs yet today, I would come out here for a little bit and just take a fresh air break. I'm knitting on a tiny little mitten that will be a Christmas tree ornament. It's one of the things I'm going to give Emma in one of her Advent things to open. I did a little tiny sock, like a stocking. Well, a sock, I guess, more than anything. It's on a little wooden blocker, a tiny one that I had, I don't know, it was a kit that I got a long, long time ago and never made. And the yarn that came with it is long since gone, so I just used other yarn. Anyway, I did that earlier today. I'll have to show it to you later. So I'm working on the mitten. And then I think I'll make a little hat. And so they'll all be separate days because I'm getting repetitive with the candy and gemstones and the little wood-burned symbols that I did. What else? Oh, I did do the spell jar. She liked that. So anyway, it's just something fun and tiny. So I'm going to sit here and work on that for a little bit while it's nice out. As long as I don't go blind because the sun is very, very bright right now. My gosh, they're so cute. The sock is so adorable. I love the mitten too, but I think I need to make a second one and then do like a little chain to connect them, you know, like the way kids' mittens are. I think that's what has to happen. Yeah. I actually have these little wooden pieces. Again, I have no idea where they originally came from, but anyway, the sock does actually fit on this one. It's really tight. The mitten, not at all. I made it way too small. I was just sort of winging the pattern, but I honestly think I like them better just plain, you know? And I think I'll just do little loops. So, anyway, fun little project. Okay, so I'm winding some striping patterns right now for some yarn that I need to dye up tomorrow. And I figured this is the only part that I hadn't really shared with you. And so I thought I would record this. This is just a 2-stripe pattern because it's for an inversible set. So that's all you're going to see, and I'm going to speed it up because it would be boring for you to watch it real time, but at least you'd get the idea. It's basically the exact same thing that I was doing for the reskeiming, except in reverse, because I'm putting the yarn onto my striping tool. So it actually takes longer to do this than it does to reskein because I also have to do all the figure 8 ties at the end, which for a 2-striper isn't that big of a deal. It's only 2 stripes and each stripe gets 4 figure 8 ties. When I'm doing like a 6 or 8 or 10 stripe colorway, that's when it really starts to, take longer to do that. But anyway, hope you enjoy this little peek into how I make your yarn. So once it's tied off, I hang it on a little loop that I can put it in the water and it won't get all tangled up. But for right now, it's just going to hang over there on my rack of prepped yarn that you saw the other day. And I don't know if you noticed it or not, but kind of in the back, I guess, left corner of the view from when I was rescanning, you probably saw my ball winder running. That's because when I'm rescanning or winding striping patterns, I often multitask and wind yarn into balls using my electric ball winder and Swift. I'll try to put a picture or a little video clip of that in more directly. For self-striping yarn, I have to work with yarn in balls, so in ball form. That's how I can pull it and wind it. I don't know how clearly you could see that, but that's how I do it anyway. I'm sure other dyers do it differently, but that is how I do my self-striping. There's a whole lot more to it that I'm not actually able to explain to you on the video and show you real in depth, but you get the general picture. I'm just trying to give you a glimpse of what I do. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I am very warm. It's super hot down here. The stove's running, the pellet stove. So I don't know how long I'm going to last down here, but I'm going to try to get some more work done before I head upstairs. It's 4:30. I could probably put another hour in, and then I'll head up and try to decide what we're going to have for dinner. I haven't really gotten that far yet in my day.